Hi and welcome back to Cut the Crackle. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2010 set, Cad Bane Speeder. Recently I've been working my way through the Clone Wars series on Disney+, and very quickly Cad Bane became one of my favourite characters. This set is based on the Season 1 finale, Hostage Crisis, where Cad Bane leads a group of bounty hunters in seizing control of the Senate building. This set was a Target exclusive in the US when it released, and it was considered a special edition here in the UK. Mine does have a little bit of battle damage to the box, but I managed to snag this for a pretty decent price sealed on eBay. By the time this review goes up, there should already be a speed build video on my channel, but right now, let's take a look inside. Alright, here it is all built up, and I think this is a pretty decent vehicle. I mean, there's nothing too complicated in terms of building techniques here. Even just in the last 10 years, you can notice just how much more sophisticated LEGO designers have gotten with their constructs. You essentially build this in two parts, the cockpit and seating area with the engines up top, and then the fin bit underneath. Speaking of which, this does feel like it's had the bottom cut off a bit. I mean, I remember these Coruscant speeders having like a upside down shark fin on the underside. For stability, that probably wouldn't be practical, but much like an inexperienced barber, I do feel like they may have cut this a little too short. It looks pretty nice from the front. I mean, to be fair to this thing, there's not really an angle this looks bad from at all. I can nitpick the complexity of the design, but at the end of the day, this looks like the vehicle is based on. You even get a couple of built-in play features that, well, that was underwhelming. These flick-fire missiles down here are very neatly concealed. Let's see if I can try that again for you. So basically you have like this piston mechanism here that you just push forward, and that's supposed to fire the missiles off. Thing is, there's only so hard you can push it without the rest of the speeder feeling like it's going to come apart in your hand. On the top there's actually seating for 6 minifigures, 2 up front for the pilot and someone to ride shotgun, and then 4 at the back, 2 seats facing another 2. And if I take this fella off the back, you can actually lift this entire rear area like a hatch. And that just gives you some concealed storage for weapons or accessories and stuff. Around the back, I think the end of these twin engines look quite nice. But one thing I do want to show, is that. The box art shows you lifting the rear hatch by gripping this tail fin, but you so much as lay a finger on this thing and it falls off. There's no way you're getting it into this using that. The fin bit is only held on by a couple of jumpers, whereas the hatch is held in place when closed by 2 regular studs, which have much more clutch power than the jumpers. Bit of a frustrating design. So this set comes with 5 minifigures. By far the highlight and biggest draw for me, of course, is Cad Bane. Now I know what you're thinking, this is the Clone Wars set from when they tried to recreate the style of the cartoon and the face prints for the minifigs. And in the past I've been very vocal about how much I hate that style. But you know, for Cad Bane, I think it works since his species does have those elongated eyes anyway. Like I said before, Cad Bane has fast become one of my favourite characters in the show. And he's actually based on Lee Van Cleef's portrayal of Angel Eyes in the Fistful of Dollars trilogy, which I think is really cool. I'm a big Western fan. Great torso print on the front there, and I absolutely love this Y-brimmed hat piece. He also has this breathing apparatus piece in gunmetal grey. That looks very cool. No printing on the back, which is fine. I will say that the lines on the torso print are a little thick. That gives the minifigure a little bit of a dated appearance, as we've gotten finer detail on minifigures nowadays. And here's a clearer look at his face print without the hat or breathing piece. Next up we have Shahan Alama. He's exclusive to this set, and much like Cad Bane, I think the Clone Wars style face print works for him. He also has a gold arm, decent enough torso print on the front, no leg printing, which is a bit of a shame. I've been spoilt recently with the Pirates of the Caribbean minifigures and all their glorious leg printing. He does get some back printing though, and if I take this headscarf piece off, he also has some nice printing on the back of his head. No alternate expression because that would have been visible, but I do like the inclusion of some skin markings. In fact, I think the face print is easily the best part of this minifigure. It's a little odd how much detail they've put into that and then used these thick, broad black lines on his torso. Then we have a Senate Commando, otherwise known as a Blue Stormtrooper.
I swear I watched all 14 of those Star Wars movies. Not one time did I see a stormtrooper with blue on him.
I really like the look of this minifigure. The blue armor really pops, and that helmet piece looks great. No leg printing again, but I can forgive that. And whilst that torso design does use some thick lines, I think it looks really good. Also got some great printing around the back. I really do love that helmet piece. It looks so good. But sadly, there is something hidden underneath. Something terrible. Are you ready? Remember, what is seen cannot be unseen. Oh god. That's terrifying. What even is that? This is supposed to be a children's toy. A children's toy! That's the stuff of nightmares. Finally, we have our Senate Commando Captain. Essentially, he's the same as our other Senate Commando minifig, but he has the addition of these white markings printed on his chest and helmet. I've just noticed the printing for the visor part is actually a slightly different shape as well. This minifig was also an exclusive for this set, and it's another great looking minifigure. And even though the Senate Commandos aren't clones, this guy does come with the exact same scary face print. I'm gonna need therapy. I almost missed out the 5th minifigure in this set, if you can call him that. He is a nameless assassin droid, but you can see he's meant to be the same kind of model as IG-88 or IG-11. Interestingly, this guy doesn't even have any printed pieces, so he's fairly easy to make if you have some spare parts lying around. He also comes with 2 sets of arms, so you can swap them out as you please, depending on whether you want his arm straight or bent at the elbow. Okay, so I relented. You might have noticed earlier that I hadn't applied any of the stickers to this set. And the reason for that is the sticker sheet just looked and felt so cheap and nasty. I don't know if it's just because of the quality of the stickers LEGO had back 10 years ago, but they felt more like a poor quality paper. I mean, I hate stickers as it is, but someone pointed out to me that without them this looked more like a mock than an actual set. So I put on my big boy pants and I applied the stickers. And it probably does look better, a little more finished, but man, if you touch these, they still feel so cheap and nasty. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent set. I will say that this set does feel a little dated by today's standards. I know, a 10-year-old set feels dated, big shock there. But I've been building and reviewing a lot of the Pirates of the Caribbean sets recently, and they only came out a year after this set, and they have been holding up brilliantly. So it's surprising that this feels so much older than those. Once someone pointed out to me that this looks like a mock without stickers, I can't unsee it. And even with the stickers on, it feels more like a fan design. There's nothing massively wrong with that, it just doesn't feel as advanced as an official LEGO set should be. But at the end of the day, it's still a 10-year-old set, and it's a perfectly decent representation of the Coruscant speeder. I remember jumping across these while playing Jedi Power Battles on the Dreamcast, so this set does get extra points for nostalgia. And it does come with some excellent minifigures. My favourites being of course Cad Bane, but also the Senate Commando Captain. What do you think of the LEGO Star Wars Cad Bane speeder? Let me know in the comments below. don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, be a hero and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Laters.